Here on the Morning Blend, we've been talking about the upcoming Tucson Jazz Festival, and today we have a real treat for you.
We do. The guest of honor at the festival, legendary Jimmy Cobb, is joining us in the studio, as well as Elliot Glicksman, Max Goldschmid, and ArcoIris Sandoval. Thank you, everybody, for coming. It's so good to have you here. And Elliot, I want to start with you. You seem to be everywhere in Tucson. So why'd you get involved with Tucson Jazz Fest?
You know, Tucson needed this. We've got such great jazz musicians here, from the Tucson Jazz Institute to players like Bryce Winston and Jeff Haskell. And we've got March, which means the Tucson Festival of Books, and we've got February, that means the Gem Show, and we want January to mean jazz in Tucson. And I don't know if people have seen the cover of the program. This was done by Steve Meckler, a phenomenal artist. But to have on our first annual, and to have Jimmy Cobb here, and Jimmy won't say it, but he is jazz. Jimmy Cobb, the greatest jazz album of all time, the greatest selling jazz album was Kind of Blue. Jimmy's the drummer on it. He's played with Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Red Garland, Dinah Washington, and it's his birthday Tuesday. And for him to come out to Tucson and celebrate the first annual Jazz Festival and share his talent and his gifts with our community is phenomenal. So I want to urge everyone, can I have a second to just go through some of the lineup?
Please do.
Tomorrow night, Jimmy and the Tucson Jazz Institute, and these two really talented musicians are alums. HSL and Max Goldschmid are both alums of the Tucson Jazz Institute. They're playing with Jimmy, and then Joey DeFrancesco, who's a genius. He's the greatest jazz organist in the world and a trumpet virtuoso, and played with Miles when he was 16 years old. He's there Friday night at the Fox. We've still got tickets available. Saturday at the Rialto, the Robert Glasper Experiment, phenomenal player. Next Thursday at the Rialto, we've got International Jazz with Gabriel Espinosa and Hendrik Merkins. MLK Day, next Monday, free concerts all day, 11 to 4 outside, 6 food trucks, 2 stages. Next Saturday, J.D. Souther, who rode for the Eagles, rode for Linda Ronstadt. Next Sunday, La Paloma, big band brunch is going on. And of course, it ends with Burt Bacharach on the 28th. There's going to be musicians on the streetcar, musicians at the airport. Support this. Get your friends down here from Phoenix, because you know Tucson's always cooler than Phoenix.
Totally.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, and we are, like you said, kicking it off with Mr. Cobb. And Jimmy, the best way to put this is honored that you're here in Tucson. How is it going to feel to kick off this first ever jazz festival here?
It's overwhelming to me. I'm glad to be a part of this. I always try to save the music wherever I can do it.
And I know you're going to be jet setting to New York after this, so how do you find time to kind of be everywhere?
Well, I didn't plan it this way, but it just so happens that I got a little gig next week that I have to make, so I have to go back. I might come back because my wife wants to stay here a while, so
the wifey likes
Tucson. I have
Tucson?
to go back and come back.
And it's so good to have you here. What are some of your favorite spots while you're in Tucson, would you say?
Tucson, I don't know that much about, because the last time I was here, I was told that the band I brought was canceled, you know, and I didn't have anything to do with that, so I haven't had a chance to see a lot of Tucson.
Well, that's okay.
I'm probably more familiar with Phoenix.
Well, we're glad you came and joined us here in the Morning Blend studio.
Oh, thank you very much.
It is, and of course, you're going to be joined by some great artists from here. Max, how do you feel about being even near Mr. Cobb?
Well, it was unexpected. You know, both of us sort of got this notice at the last minute, and so I mean,
So
obviously, yeah, here we are, and we're excited. I think I can at least say for myself that I'm excited, and that it's really cool to be playing with someone with a history like Jimmy Cobb.
It is.
Thank you,
Well,
Max.
Yeah.
and I'm excited to hear all of you play here in just a few moments. So let's get a rundown one more time. Once again, the HSL Properties Tucson Jazz Festival starts January 16th. This is a 13-day festival. For more information, you can call 428-4853 or log on to TucsonJazzFestival.org.
And now here's a performance by the musicians of the Tucson Jazz Festival.